Okay, so you're way ahead of the curve on this BLUM coin thing. We've got your stack of articles here, and you want to dive into the pre-launch buzz, the tech, the Telegram connection, everything.
It's smart to be cautious, especially with all the noise around this potential October launch.
Well, let's talk about that buzz. I mean,
Right.
some exchanges are already posting price predictions. Bybit says 000 SOAR $400, but XT's over double that at 0.00890. It hasn't even launched.
It really shows how speculation drives these early valuations. You've got Binance at 0.000440, OKX at 4.005440, BingX even higher.
People are trying to predict the unpredictable.
They are.
So, beyond the hype, what's actually fueling the BLUM coin frenzy?
Two big things pop out from these articles.
Okay.
First, there's that limited supply, 10 million BLUM tokens,
No
that's
problem.
it. Scarcity drives value in crypto because it taps into that fear of missing out.
Like a limited edition sneaker drop, but digital.
Exactly. And then there's the Telegram connection.
Yeah.
Imagine being able to trade this new crypto right within one of the most popular messaging apps worldwide.
Especially for younger users, it just becomes another way they interact on Telegram, potentially a huge deal for BLUM's reach.
Right. It lowers the barrier to entry. And speaking of lowering barriers, let's talk about these airdrops and this BLUM drop game.
Okay, break it down, airdrops, for those not in the know.
Think of it as a way for crypto projects to generate buzz and early adoption by giving away small amounts of their token.
Like a free sample at the grocery store.
Yes.
But instead of she's, it's potential future wealth.
Exactly.
So with BLUM, you've got these airdrops for both BLUM tokens and ID, something called a cast test token, all tied into this BLUM drop game.
It's a clever strategy, really.
Right.
The more you engage with the game, the more BLUM points BP you earn, and those can be swapped for BLUM tokens. One source even mentioned a 3.33 BP to 1 BLUM token conversion rate.
So they're not just giving it away, they're making you work for it, building that community in the process.
Exactly.
But these price predictions, even for the end of 2024, are all over the place. One source says 0.009 to 0.0110. Another says up to 0.013 cents.
And then there's the one that throws out $1 by 2025. Wild, right?
Yeah.
This is why understanding the project itself is far more important than chasing those early numbers.
Don't chase hype, chase fundamentals. Speaking of which, let's talk about this partnership with TON Station.
Yes!
That feels huge EE.
It's a power move, no doubt. TON Station's a popular airdrop platform on Telegram.
Okay.
BLUM's launch timing, right as TON Station wraps its mining phase, it's strategic.
Okay, so for those of us who don't speak crypto jargon, what does mining phase actually mean?
It's a bit technical, but essentially, TON Station has been rewarding users with their own tokens for various activities on their platform. This mining phase is coming to an end, which means
People are going to be looking for the next opportunity, and BLUM coin is right there, ready to go, with a built-in audience primed for airdrops.
Precisely. It's about capturing that attention and potentially funneling a whole lot of early adopters into their ecosystem.
Smart. But we've got to talk about the potential downsides, right? Because no project is perfect, especially in the crypto Wild West. One article even mentioned encountering some bugs on the BLUM app.
It's true. There are always risks with a new cryptocurrency, particularly in the early stages. Bugs with coins and referrals, as the article mentioned, highlight those potential growing pains.
It reminds you, there are always two sides to every coin, literally.
So we've talked about BLUM's potential, but those buds you mentioned, right, they highlight something crucial.
Okay.
Even with a promising project, the crypto world, it's still the Wild West in a lot of ways.
It's true, and I imagine relying on a platform like Telegram for access, I mean, that comes with its own set of challenges, right?
Absolutely. What happens if Telegram runs into its own problems? Regulatory hurdles, a sudden drop in users,
Right.
that could impact BLUM's trajectory, even if their tech is solid.
It's like building a luxury condo on top of a volcano. Amazing views, but inherently risky. And let's not forget about competition. The crypto space is ruthless.
No doubt. And it's not just about other cryptocurrencies in general. Imagine another messaging app, maybe even a Telegram competitor, launches its own WN token.
Ooh, that's hitting a bit too close to home. So how does BLUM not just survive, but thrive in that environment?
It boils down to a few key things.
Okay.
First, they need to deliver on their promises. The airdrops, the seamless Telegram integration,
Right.
all of that builds trust because word travels fast in the crypto world, good or bad.
No room for bait and switches.
Oh,
What else?
constant innovation.
Okay.
The crypto landscape changes by the day, so Bloom can't just rest on its laurels, especially with potential rivals lurking.
So add new features, find more use cases for the Bloom token, maybe even partnerships beyond Telegram.
Exactly. Show the market they're adaptable and always thinking ahead. But honestly, one of the biggest factors will be their community.
Ah, yes, the crypto community. Powerful enough to make or break a project.
It's true. If Bloom can cultivate a strong, engaged community, it's like having an army of passionate supporters spreading the word, defending against FUD fear, uncertainty, doubt, and providing valuable feedback.
So how do you build that kind of loyalty in such a volatile space? Is it just about airdrops and free stuff?
It's more than that.
Okay.
It's about transparency from the BLUM team, open communication, and making the community feel heard. Responding to concerns, addressing those bugs you mentioned head on, that builds trust.
So less launch it and leave it, more we're all in this together.
Precisely. And that community aspect ties directly into the BLUM drop game and this mysterious Key8s token.
Okay, yes. We've danced around it, but what's the deal with those? Lay it on us.
From what we can tell, the BLUM drop game is all about getting people actively involved in the BLUM ecosystem, completing tasks, watching videos, inviting friends, just classic gamification techniques.
Earning those Bloom points along the way, we've turned into actual Bloom tokens. Smart way to build that early user base.
Right, it's like incentivized onboarding. Now, the CAC token is a bit of an enigma. It's clearly part of this ecosystem, potentially with its own use cases down the line, but the details are still under wraps.
So a little mystery to keep things interesting. It could be a governance token, giving holders a say in the project's future, or maybe it unlocks exclusive features within the Bloom platform.
Exactly. For now, it adds to the intrigue, and let's be honest, a little bit of intrigue can go a long way in the crypto world.
Speaking of intrigue, these pre-market valuations $0.0000400 to $0.00890. Are we in for a wild ride once this thing actually launches?
It's highly likely. Remember, those early numbers are based on speculation and limited trading. Once Bloom hits those major exchanges, buckle up.
Because we're talking about Binance, Bybit, XT, OKX, BingX, the big leagues. If Bloom gets listed on even a few of those,
It'll be a huge signal to the market that they're a serious contender.
Yeah.
Increased liquidity, trading volume, and yeah, potentially a nice boost to the token's price.
So getting listed on these exchanges, it's like graduating from playing gigs in your garage to headlining Coachella.
That's a great analogy. It takes more than just a catchy name and a dream. Exchanges have strict listing requirements, security audits, proven track record, community support. They don't want to risk their reputation on a flash in the pan.
So Bloom's got their work cut out for them. But if they can pull it off,
It could be a game changer. But let's shift gears for a moment and talk about the risks, because as exciting as all this sounds...
right. There's always another side to the coin.
Right.
What are the red flags our listeners should be aware of? So it sounds like Bloom Coin is walking this tightrope. Huge potential, but also some pretty big what-ifs hanging in the balance.
That's a great way to put it. And one of the biggest what-ifs for me, honestly, is this. Can Bloom move beyond the hype and deliver real-world utility?
Because right now, it's all about speculation, airdrops, potential future listings. What's the actual use case?
That's the million-dollar question. The Telegram integration is key here. If they can make Bloom the go-to currency within that ecosystem, tipping creators, buying digital goods, accessing premium features, that changes the game.
It becomes less about trading Bloom on exchanges and more about using it in your daily digital life, almost like a native currency for Telegram.
Exactly. And that kind of seamless integration, that ease of use, could be a huge draw for both users and investors.
Okay,
But
there's always a but.
there are some valid criticisms out there. One that comes up a lot is the lack of transparency around Bloom's development team. Yeah. I know it's common in the crypto world, but
It can raise some red flags.
it does.
Are they hiding something? Do they have the experience to pull this off? Transparency builds trust, which is essential, especially in a market as unpredictable as crypto.
Right. And especially when you're asking people to trust you with their money. So for Bloom to reach its full potential, they'll need to find that balance, protecting their privacy while also being more open about who they are and what they bring to the table.
Okay, so as we wrap up this deep dive into the world of Bloom Coin, what's the final takeaway for our listeners? Should they be ready to throw their money at it?
Oh, if only it were that simple. Remember, this isn't financial advice. We've just laid out the information, the potential, the risks. It's up to each individual to do their own research and decide if Bloom aligns with their investment goals and risk tolerance.
Because as we've discussed, There's a lot to be excited about: the Telegram connection, the community building strategies, the potential for real-world use, but there are also challenges ahead.
Absolutely. Volatility in the market, competition from other projects, even regulatory hurdles related to Telegram itself. These are all factors to consider.
It's like that moment before a roller coaster takes off. Exciting. Absolutely. A little nerve-wracking. Definitely.
And ultimately, whether it's a thrilling ride to the moon or a disappointing fizzle, it's a journey best navigated with your eyes wide open.
Well said. Big thanks to you for breaking it all down with us today. And for our listeners, remember, knowledge is power. Keep asking questions, keep digging deeper, and we'll catch you on the next deep dive.